Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro. Just in time to see Ian Gouveia just taking off on his first wave of this matchup. This is round 2, heat number 4 between Adriano de Souza and Ian Gouveia.
Also picking up wave number 2. His first wave just a 137. This is the second score, which hasn't posted yet. And you watch Adriano. He's got some air game to it as well. Not going to be the most lofty of airs he's pulled off, but you know what? It is a complete ride, and he'll have the lead. We're the first two kind of full-time guys that were charging the tour and brought the storm behind him.
Absolutely right. Here goes De Souza now. Speaking of the storm, little setup turn. Nice projection over that second turn. Pete, that first turn just really setting up the second. Yeah,
it actually was. And, you know, again, the weighting and unweighting of surfing is so interesting. Able to kind of unweight and climb whitewater. You know, he does a really good job of utilizing the bottom of the wave. Let's check out this technique here. Again, mid-face bottom turn starts off with a snap, and then straight to the bottom, straight into the lip. And that unweighting as he goes up, he like jumps onto the lip and able to unweight and push those fins out slightly. So he makes that maneuver a little bit more dynamic.
The score's starting to drop in. Ian Gouveia's first wave of 2.57, previous of Adriano de Souza at 3.83. So de Souza getting out to an early lead. And meanwhile, we're looking now at Ian Gouveia. Nice transition over that first turn. Hooks up into that second lip and into a quick third maneuver from Ian Gouveia. Oh. Crowd are going to love this one, and they can't lose this crowd. Two Brazilians in the heat.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to win no matter what, right? But that was very similar to what we had saw from Adriano de Souza, but doing it with the backhand is he is able to unweight and climb that whitewater. You literally want to make yourself like you fill up with helium, like a balloon, and you want to jump the lip and glide up and over. And beautiful first snap, you know, right in front of Adriano. Another turn there, and then climbs it all the way up. I mean, that wave was, the lip was almost at the bottom of the wave when he did that. There's the first turn. There's the carve here again, another snap. Good placement of that turn, but then climbs it all the way up and over. I mean, that was amazing.
Incredible.
And, he did well. It makes it a little easier. But my ultimate goal for Keanu Singh is to keep it going and stay on tour.
The goal here for Ian Gouveia is to stay ahead of Adriano de Souza. He takes that wave under priority, one big roof line.
It's going to be a number that's going to put him right back into the #1 position. You know, looking for a 4.78, you would think that's going to do that, no worries, especially since Ian Gouveia probably not going to improve too much on his score line with that last wave.
And De Souza now behind him uses his priority. He sees something special in this wave. Squares off the bottom. There's a big, powerful hack into the pocket from De Souza. A free-falling re-entry out the lip. He's just saying, I've given the job done here. What do you think about that?
That was amazing. It really was. I mean, the quickness that he was able to transition from that snap, which, again, he didn't. Sometimes you have to cut those turns short. Timed it perfectly. I mean, again, laid into that turn, the big layback gaff, and then mid-face bottom turn to get back to the lip. Gets the drift, and then boom, into that closeout section, the big float. So good variety in those two maneuvers. They're all regions throughout Brazil. Big coastline here.
Oh, here we go. This is live pictures. This is Fabio Gouveia with priority. A nice floating move on a big size set wave from Gouveia. Pulls that one back around in the pocket, squares up off the bottom, vertical snap out the lip. This is better from Gouveia, and he's going to finish strongly over here. He just couldn't hold on, Pete.
He couldn't, you know, and again, you have to have control out of it. Even if you kind of pull the move off, if you're off balance, they'll judges will cruel you. They want to see control, especially in that final move. But he had some major moves before that.
Well, 617, just loving the transitions that Gouveia has on his backside in between those maneuvers.
Yeah, and this is a good size set wave. Again, big float section, keeps that speed up. It was unfortunate that this section kind of bent away from him, but he did well to keep the speed. And then this one there, vertical, up into the lip, holds on nicely. And then the float finish. I think he almost had it, you know, and again, you know, a lot can be said about that final move being so important. As you take a look at the drone view, this one here, just look at how straight up vertical. That is tough to do, especially in that vertical section like that. Not only the board going vertical, but the actual wave itself where you're doing the maneuvers vertical. That's the critical sections. That's where you have to be doing those types of moves. And we have lots of swell on tap, courtesy of the Surfline Forecast, providing us good news.
De Souza looking for some good news of his own, looking for a 4.27. A rare mistake there from De Souza, utilizing priority. It now switches back to Gouveia out on the backside there with a 4.27 requirement from De Souza.
Usually so sure-footed. And there, a little clumsy. There's a bunch of waves that have that convection, and very similar to, like, say, at the end of the Margaret River Bowl does the same thing, or it just
Yep.
takes your board out from you. You know, it's the water moving sideways that rips the board out from under your feet. And the same thing happens here. You get that wedge moving, you know, down the beach, the reverberation off the rocks. That you know, if you're not out in front of that whitewater, it does everything it can to pull you down. And again, this is what I was talking about, the opportunity for Ian Gouveia to put some separation between himself and Adriano. And this is a great looking wave, big late hit up off the top, and that was beautiful. And he loves it, and he knows it. Considering what we saw from Adriano's 8, this would be very similar scoreline. I mean, that last move was so committed, so late. See how he hits it and carves off the lip as it's coming down on top of him. I love it.
You think he's happy about that one?
Well, and again, you know, you take those opportunities with the mistake from Adriano. He took that wave, got a 0.2. He had priority. That would have been an opportunity to put like a 5.5 or a 6. Much different scenario for Ian Gouveia. Now he is going to add points. He's going to add a big number to the score line, and he's going to put some all. Oh, here we go. Looks like Adriano might be making a move.
Well, he is. He's using priority. A big late drop from De Souza. Looking for a solid score here. Lining up this first section. He's going to have to go to the air, but there is no opportunity. The defending champ. Time is running out against him. Gouveia has a little sneaky look at that. He wants to maintain that priority. No need for him to take off on a wave right now.
Exactly, especially with Adriano. Just...
it goes from bad to worse for De Souza.
Didn't it? Man, what a bummer.
Broken board. Only 14 seconds remaining. De Souza is making his way to the beach with half a surfboard. Not much he can do with that.
Think he can put a 7.54 with just the tailpiece? I doubt it.
Well, stranger things have happened, but there is now 2 seconds remaining, and the heat has been called out. And you have to say congratulations to Ian Gouveia, causing the biggest upset of the event so far. Adriano de Souza, the defending champion, is out.